Hey, wait. Before you skip ahead, just to let you know, you can actually watch the full version of this on our Patreon, and you can actually watch next week's episode a full week in advance. I mean, it's very easy. I mean, right down there in the description, or right up here in the corner. Feel free to give it a click, and we'll see you there. Nate, Micah, Jacob, Nick. These were the four renegades who sat on the couch and watched the show. But then, YouTube came in with their copyright claims. And just like that, their reactions vanished. I'm just joking. Actually, we haven't gotten any claims so far, simply because of this man's slick editing right here. I mean, he's doing a good job with the editing, and if y'all want to keep this going and everything, I mean, the support, a lot of support's going to him. So, the more of this we do, the better off this guy does. I mean,
if he gets to where he can pay me more, I might be willing to edit more shows at a time so we can have more on there.
Well, currently he's doing 4 for us, which, yeah. I mean, I don't want to take up. Good. I don't want to take up all his time. I mean, if we can hire a second editor.
It's not like I do anything productive with it.
What, dude? Come on! You've got 2 bands that you're in, and I don't want you to take away from that.
I guess so.
Dude, come on! Paradoxum and Altergrave, come on! You the man in those bands.
Outside of those days when I go to band practice, it's not like I do anything productive with the rest of the time. So,
well, I mean, I just don't want you to be one of those literal live-in editors that does nothing but edit. I don't want that for you.
Yep, I've had to do that before, and that's not fun.
I have too. That was pretty much my first 2 years on this channel because
yeah.
I had no workflow and everything was done with like 15 steps.
Yeah.
Now I've got down to 3 or 4 steps. Whereas first 2 years I did not know what the hell I was doing.
I'm bad. My workflow is so vast because where I just do so much to them, with color correction and then LUTs and just, oh my gosh. And I'll take it in and out of Premiere to After Effects and stuff like that. And but it depends on what I'm editing though too. So if it needs to be simple, I need to really know, hey, how simple? Because when I'm editing stuff, I will just throw all kinds of beautiful, cool stuff into it, and it's
you're going for film quality,
yeah, that's
whereas I'm going for
stuff.
Not getting us taken off the
see,
internet quality.
Take out and stuff like that. It's a whole different strategy. So
yeah,
it's pretty much 15 seconds out of a 30-second clip is about as much as you're allowed to show.
Well, sometimes I do little tricks that seem to work fine so far. If there's a segment where someone is telling a very pertinent story that goes on for too long, I will find where they're saying and shit like that, or where they dramatic pause. And I know it doesn't keep the same feel as the original, but I'll snip out crap like that to smush it down to try to get a 15-second idea of what they were just saying, and then throw that in and then move on and skip and go to something else. Or if there's an action scene, sometimes I'll make the punches land faster and stuff like that, so you can get an idea who hit who and what moves they use.
That's
also, since someone mentioned it, and I'm not throwing anybody under the bus with our previous editing, but someone was you left out a super move in One Punch Man, So I always try to make sure to get when they yell their big attacks and stuff like that, the really cool stuff.
Yeah, which One Punch Man we didn't get any claims on it either. All of those just went boom straight through all the way.
Yeah.
And so far on Avatar, the last.
I'm kind of disappointed though that we don't have more stuff I can censor, because I had a lot of fun coming up with goofy stuff to censor the Halloween movies with, and you guys should go watch the
Final
the Nights of Fright
one.
reactions if you want to see some of that.
His Final Destination ones, and also his ones from My Bloody Valentine are really good. And then of course there was the
ones I did on Phantasm I really liked.
Oh yeah, Phantasm was because that one girl taking her top off and he just puts 2 blue-footed boobies in front of her boobs.
Oh, I actually did that first with It Follows.
Well, no, for that you did 2 boobies on top of a bush.
Yeah, for the fully naked lady, but then I also did boobies later on in that as well. I used some moons to cover up some butts, but the thing I'm talking about mostly is the I guess witticisms I came up with for other scenes.
I don't think her legs are supposed to bend that way.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, it's splat, And the one
One
you
of my
actually
favorite
got-
ones was Final Destination, where he was like, I edited it specifically to have that previous scene where he's like, "You got this," and then whenever she like fucking destroyed herself, I was like, "She don't got this."
Also, the one where the guy gets impaled by all those rebar spikes.
Swiss
And-
cheese, but a person.
Yeah. We actually got a comment on that one. It's like, who comes up with this stuff?
Me.
Yeah, this guy.
You're welcome.
Well, at
So-
least this you don't have to
On
censor.
Phantasm, whenever the dude's like brain started getting drilled out, I was like, "Fake blood budget intensifies" and shit like that.
Yeah, it's like Cerebral Bore from Turok 2.
Yeah, look it up if you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
It's exactly what it is. It makes the same sound basically.
pretty much. Wonder if that's where they got the idea.
I think the Cerebral Bore has a little bit of a better sound though, like
well-
sound effects wise. It's
well-
pretty fucking like oh.
Well, it's got the skull crunching sound that
Yeah.
goes with it.
just like the high pitched drilling of it and thing. And then it explodes at the end too and just makes what's left of their head blow off, so it's pretty brutal.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we got this Avatar: The Last Airbender episode queued up here. Let's give it on screen and let's give it a watch. Here we go.
The Air Temple is one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Aang, I know you're excited, but it's been 100 years since you've been home.
That's why I'm so excited.
It's just that a lot can change in all that time.
Air Temple, here we come.
Sleep now. Temple later.
There's a prickle snake in your sleeping bag.
Ah! Get it off! Get it off!
Great, you're awake.
I don't want to stay too long and risk losing his trail.
You mean the Avatar?
Don't mention his name on these docks. Once word gets out that he's alive, every firebender will be out looking for him.
What brings you to my harbor? Our ship is being repaired. That's quite a bit of damage.
Yes.
That's a lot of
You wouldn't believe
damage.
what happened. Uncle, tell Commander Zhao what happened.
Yes, I will do that. Did we crash or something?
Yes. Right into an Earth Kingdom ship.
Really? You must regale me with all the thrilling details.
We would be honored to join you. Do you have any ginseng tea? It's my favorite.
Who ate all my blubbered seal jerky?
Oh, that was food? I used it to start the campfire last night. Sorry.
Ew, what?
The Fire Nation is ruthless. They killed my mother. They could have done the same to your people.
The only way to get to an Airbender temple is on a flying bison. And I doubt the Fire Nation has any flying bison. Right, Apple? Yep, yep.
Nobody cued him in on the name of this show, did they?
There it is. The Southern Air Temple.
And by year's end, the Earth Kingdom capital will be under our rule.
If my father thinks the rest of the world will follow him willingly, then he is a fool.
How is your search for the Avatar going?
My fault entirely.
We haven't found him yet.
The Avatar is the only one who can stop the Fire Nation from winning this war. If you have an ounce of loyalty left, you'll tell me what you've found.
I haven't found anything.
We interrogated the crew as you instructed. They confirmed Prince Zuko had the Avatar in custody, but let him escape.
Now, remind me, how exactly was your ship damaged?
What's wrong?
This place used to be full of monks and lemurs and bison. Now there's just a bunch of weeds.
So, this airball game, how do you play?
Go!
Making him feel better is putting me in a world of hurt.
What is it?
Just a new waterbending move I learned.
Firebenders were here. You can't pretend they weren't.
I can for Aang's sake.
Who's that?
Monkey Atso, the greatest airbender in the world. He taught me everything I know.
The true secret is in the gooey center.
This whole Avatar thing. Maybe the monks made a mistake.
The only mistake they made was telling you before you turned 16.
How do I know if I'm ready for this?
Your questions will be answered when you're old enough to enter the Air Temple Sanctuary. Inside, you will meet someone who will guide you on your journey. Are you going to help me with these cakes or not? 1, 2, 3.
That's where it gets its silliness from.
No one could have survived in there for 100 years.
It's not impossible. I survived in the iceberg for that long.
Good point.
I don't suppose you have a key.
The key, Sokka, is airbending.
That's cool.
Choo choo.
A 12-year-old boy bested you and your firebenders. You're more pathetic than I thought.
I underestimated him once, but it will not happen again.
No, it will not. Because you won't have a second chance. Keep them here.
More tea, please.
Iroh.
Statues? That's it? Where's the meat?
Who are all these people? They're lined up in a pattern. Air, water, earth, and fire.
That's the Avatar cycle.
Of course. They're avatars. All these people are your past lives, Aang.
Wow.
Aang, snap out of it! Huh? Who is that?
That's Avatar Roku, the Avatar before me.
How do you know his name?
I'm not sure. I just know it somehow.
You just couldn't get any weirder. Firebender, nobody make a sound.
You're making a sound? Shh.
Lemur!
Dinner.
Don't listen to him. You're gonna be my new pet.
Not if I get him first. Ah! I wanna eat you! Hey, no fair!
Once I'm out to sea, my guards will escort you back to your ship, and you'll be free to go.
Why? Are you worried I'm going to try and stop you?
You can't compete with me. I have hundreds of warships under my command, and you're just a banished prince. No home, no allies. Your own father doesn't even want you.
You're wrong.
You have the scar to prove it.
Oh, maybe you'd like one to match.
Is that a challenge?
An Agni Kai at sunset.
Very well.
Have you forgotten what happened last time you dueled the Master?
I will never forget.
Firebenders? They were here?
Oh no.
Oh, man. Come on, Aang. Everything will be alright. Let's get out of here.
Aang!
Send word to the Fire Lord immediately. The Avatar has returned.
That's not good.
What happened? He found out firebenders killed Gyatso.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem for you.
Do it!
That's it? Your father raised a coward.
Next time you get in my way, I promise. I won't hold back.
No, Prince Zuko. Do not taint your victory. Even in exile, my nephew is more honorable than you. Thanks again for the tea. It was delicious.
Did you really mean that, Uncle?
I told you ginseng tea is my favorite.
Monk Gyatso and the other airbenders may be gone, but you still have a family. Sokka and I, we're your family now.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It wasn't your fault.
I really am the last airbender. Looks like you made a new friend, Sokka.
Can't talk, must eat.
What are you gonna name him?
Momo.
Momo means peach.
Oh,
I did not know that. That's actually really cool.
Momo. Peach. It's like, just
Soul
grab a
peach,
peach.
Adam.
Momo.
Hmm.
It's like, someone brings, the person who names things, they bring him an orange. It's like, what is this called, sir? Those are orange. We shall now call those oranges. Brings him a carry. It's like, what's this? Ah, shit.
So I'm guessing they will eventually backstory some more on what originally happened with Prince Zuko.
Yes.
Eventually, yes.
No, there's a lot of backstory, and this show gets really, really deep. Just a little foot deeper each time. You know?
Because I'm interested to know who it was that actually initially scarred him, if it was his father or somebody else.
That
You'll
will
see.
not spoil for you.
You'll see. Eventually, you'll see. There's a lot of subplots in this. I mean, for instance, there's a lot with Iroh that, you love him now, but the more you learn about him, the more you relate with him. And there's actually an episode coming up called The Tales of Ba Sing Se that just...
Oh, yeah.
That just... Honestly, it brings everything together with Iroh, and you understand who he is. And it's just... And it's one of the more beautiful episodes.
I'm guessing he probably retired mostly because he doesn't agree with what the Fire Nation's doing.
You'll see. You will see. But there's a lot of good episodes. There's very few bad episodes. Very few. The one that everyone says, it's the one with the two warring tribes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I forget that one.
It's the Tale of Two Dragons.
Yes.
It's a damn good episode.
Yeah, and that's really the only one that people really have a legitimate gripe with. And it's not even that bad of one.
No, I mean, that was actually one of my more favorite episodes. So,
but there's just so much, and the quality of the animation and the fights go up.
Oh yeah,
as the series
especially
goes
in
on.
season 2. Holy crap, dude!
Season 2 and 3 fight scenes are ridiculous. These here, you can tell that they're cutting out certain stuff for budget reasons. For instance, the Agni Kai right there, it was a repeat of a lot of the same moves. And a lot of the same shots, just from like different perspectives, like closer in and stuff like that. And you can still make fight scenes intense with that, but you can't really get a grip on how the fights progress as they go forward. But still, though, I mean, it was very well done, all things considered.
Yeah, I just really like how the different nations have different martial arts styles. If you notice with the work that the Firebenders do is its own unique martial arts, and the Airbenders are very fluid.
Airbending is Tai Chi for the most part. From what a lot of people.
Well, I've said that, but I also thought the waterbending was kind of like Tai Chi too, though.
I thought airbending was supposed to be wushu.
Or maybe.
I'm not sure. I'm not
See,
sure. I don't
that's
know
the
that
thing. They're
deep
a combination of different martial arts. They each incorporate different things. I mean,
because I see a lot of bear-style kung fu in the Earthbenders too, because they always have their feet solid, planted on the ground. They're not on their toes.
Yeah,
they're not lightweight. They're actually really firmly planted to
I
create
see
contact with
like
the earth. So
Muay Thai, I see a lot of Muay Thai with their movements as well, and also their clothing style, especially how they fight. But
I'm interested to eventually see Earthbenders because that's the only thing we haven't really seen any of yet.
true, very true. And oh, don't get me wrong, you're gonna see one here soon. And
Next episode, actually.
oh yeah, well actually, no, are they Earthbenders?
I don't think it's
No.
No. Bossing say, yeah.
Well,
Earthbenders.
Well, yeah, Bossing says Earthbenders, but that's not the next one.
Oh, is it not? Which one is this one? The
next
one's
one
the
I
island?
think is Warriors of Kyoshi.
Yep. Okay. Never mind.
So yeah, well, you'll get to see different ways of different martial arts styles and different stuff as you go through the world, and there's just a lot here to dissect and go
Still
through.
just interesting to me. This was Nickelodeon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That they decided to do a cartoon series that
Actual
was
series.
Actually had a continuing plot line from the start and everything.
Yep. And that's my problem with a lot of cartoons. If they don't have a continuing plot line, they're not uninteresting to me.
There's a few that I like because even though but they're usually anthological to an extent. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's you don't have to watch them in order, but you can. It helps. But this one, you pretty much have to see in order.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like. I kind of like the structure like that because it keeps me wanting to see the next episode.
Well,
Speaking of the next episode, I'm ready to watch this next episode because I love me some Avatar.
All right, so we're going to move on from here, ladies and gentlemen. And if you all want to see more from us, actually, if you want, we're talking about the next episode. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, you can actually see the next episode right now, both in its unedited form and in the form we're going to show it on YouTube. I mean, if you want to check those out, feel free to head on down to our Patreon. It's right down there. If you also want to see other stuff from us, there's just a little subscribe button right there, a little bell that you can ring to stay notified. And as always, to help the video, leave a like on it. And until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
Micah.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Nick.
And we will see you all in the next one. Peace out.